not the case. So congratulations to Orlando Pirates, man. And I think also the last time I was here on the last pod, I did say that Pirates is a better coached team, and I still maintain that. They've won the MTN 8, and on that journey they beat Sundowns, and now they are in the final of another cup, and they've beat Chiefs. And I think they will win it. They will win the Nedbank Cup, and 2 cups and number 2 on the log going to Africa. I think it's a good season for Pirates, man. Congratulations to them. That's why. That is why I'm saying I cannot blame Zwane for that game. I can't blame Zwane for that game.
Yeah, and I'm for that game.
I cannot.
No, but like also there's certain things like, man, that happen in like. Not here in South Africa, football is just vibes, man. That thing is not a profession. Because explain to me how a professional footballer, I can't
misses
like
the ball
like that thing is unheard of. Vid
8 yards.
And he's new, bought in January. New from the box.
It's 21.
No, but let's move on from this. What do you have to say before we move on?
Now for me, people have been asking me why I brought 3 oranges on the side.
Oh, you have 3 oranges?
Yeah, you see, 1, 2, and then 3.
Oh, yeah?
For me, it's for the 3 teams that are remaining in the Champions League.
Oh, yeah?
For me, oh, Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne. Guys, I'm saying this now.
Say it.
Ne? I shat on Kevin De Bruyne after the World Cup.
Yeah?
But hell no, man. Kevin De Bruyne at club level, big games, he does what he needs to do. Let's be honest.
No. Okay, I want to run it back now. Football heritage. When I say all, I mean all 11 of the Real Madrid teams, players that were playing against Manchester City have won the Champions League.
Fact.
And all of the Manchester City players that were playing against Real Madrid have never. I think the only one who has not won it with Real Madrid is Rudiger, but he has it because he won it when he marked De Bruyne and they passed through City.
When he dealt with him proper.
So, I mean, let's be honest, James. Kevin De Bruyne is good, but he's not that guy in terms of the mentality. That's why you still need to leave and go to a Real Madrid, go to a Bayern, go to a.
I think Toni Kroos's spot is there. He can do.
Toni Kroos.
He can replace Toni Kroos.
Nah, they must go for Kimmich.
There's Valverde. There's Bellingham.
You're counting him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day once again. It's full-time footy, the Red Devils and the Jesus followers. On my left, Debza, the Panster. What's up?
Thank you. Today we are pushing with a 4-4-2, boy.
You know.
Two front end, front man. So we're back. We've been back. The content is coming in hot and fast.
Hot. There's a lot of games being played, so even for us, it's becoming a job now. Mr. Yours truly on the touchline.
Responsibilities are mounting.
Boy, it's the most biased podcast on the land.
We are biased. This is our opinion on football. So
most accurate.
But in terms of the football timeline, we've witnessed the Soweto derby. What do you have to say about that?
What I have to say, Mshefa was right.
At least, I like the fact that at least on the timeline, at least one of us is always right, And that's why the differing opinions are needed. Because then we have an accurate timeline.
The opinions are always all over the place. It's always the most segregated opinions. So one opinion has to be right.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That's the benefit we have when we have different opinions.
So what did you think of the derby, James? Let's start there. The Soweto derby in the Nedbank Cup semi-final.
At least it was watchable. It was.
Yeah. I think that's one thing.
Yeah, out of all the derbies we've watched this season, at least this one, we got some entertainment. Yeah.
Yes, there was definitely entertainment. I agree.
And it was a packed stadium. You guys were at the stadium, so how let's maybe go into how was the vibe initially before.
Kevin was there. Kepta wasn't there.
Hey, what if I was there at the skybox? At the skybox VIP. It's just that I can't post when I'm with certain people, and I can't say I was there. You know, when we are showing Tinder, man. I'm joking.
But it was a good one, man. It was a good one. The atmosphere. I think the derby it's made by the atmosphere. It's just that the players sometimes they don't come to the party. But this one,
for me, I felt like for the first time, I think the players understood where they were. For the first time, I felt I got that sense.
Yeah. There was that sense of urgency, especially the first 20 minutes.
The winning derby, it's a cup semi-final.
It's do or die.
It's do or die, man.
And it was also fueled by the celebrations of the Chiefs players. Because they played so that they can prove themselves, and also the Pirates players.
You think they showed up like that, like the way they celebrated?
Because
there was a before and after.
For me, I think so.
Because after the game, the Pirates players they did say that the Chiefs players celebrating it triggered them or it gave them. I think London said it as well. So Omar.
But that didn't show on the field.
Yeah, I know.
Because if you watch the game, Chiefs was the better team.
Yeah, but like I mean, I said this even in the other pod. I think someone said it, or I said it somewhere that Chiefs generally play good football. Mangeta ball is
I disagree.
Not every day. I mean, you know what it's like? It's like when United play from the back, ne? The day they don't get it right.
Never play from the back.
No, but like
never see a Chiefs
midfielder
on the ball.
It's
one route, one ball from the centre back to the play.
And then he runs, and then he runs out of the space.
And then he passes Sahil Ashumpos. That's the thing I wanted to address.
I say you don't see what Zwan is cooking. Zwan is not cooking.
No.
For that thing, I don't blame Zwan. As a professional footballer, I don't know what is Ukshumpuza in English. But when you miss,
it's to miss the ball completely
with no pressure whatsoever.
No, not Zwane the player.
No, I mean Sahile. That's why I'm saying for that chance I'm talking about. I'm not blaming Zwane.
Because sometimes it's easier.
It was moved by Dupree to Sahile.
Yeah.
So he missed the ball.
Sometimes it's very easy to blame the coach, man, because he's in charge, and if you always set an agenda, I'll call it, or you are not convinced about his philosophy, what he's doing, it's very easy to come back and say, but I don't see what Atazwan is doing as a coach. But in that game, I feel like he played his best, not necessarily his best team, but they should have scored. They should have converted the chance. They created more than enough.
And you see, that's where I'm going to say. For me, it feels like every time we come back, we say, like as a Chiefs fan, right? Every time I walk out, I'm like, I can see what the coach is trying to do. I see him. I see his philosophy come out every now and then on the certain days.
I don't see it.
It's not consistent. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, it's not in terms of when he was coaching at MTC. It's not the same thing I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, and
that's why I was
different days.
Remember when we went to the CAF final? I was speaking with let Zwane continue the thing. Because I saw how Chiefs were playing immediately after Stuart Bankshaw was fired, and then Zwane was brought into the picture. It's the other way around. Kevin Hunt was fired, and then Zwane was brought for Stuart Bankshaw to take over. Hey Chiefs, it's another thing I wanted to address. Let me off ramp. And in SA, this thing of you hire a head coach, Mara he finds his own assistants there. Mara when the coach gets fired and the assistant gets charged, is that totally different football from the head coach? Is that sustainable? Because if it means to me it means we're disagreeing in terms of football.
That's everywhere in football, man. I think
it's not everywhere.
It's not.
Do you know why I'm saying it's not everywhere? When Spurs fired Conte and they left his assistant, his assistant continued with the system that Conte was playing, and it should be like that. You can't say Atazwane is same as Potter. You can't say so. Atazwane was Gavin Hunt's assistant, but the moment they fired Gavin Hunt, you saw a completely different system.
We saw attacking football for some reason. You saw.
So was he assisting Gavin Hunt?
Are you saying Gavin was not going on the hunt as well?
Yeah, he was.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Well, it's fine. So what does that? There's a lot of problems. You see, if you look at the derby point, besides the fans and how much you love football, I think when you just watch it, you realize football in Mzansi is
deteriorated.
But we had a decent one. Let's be honest, James.
This one was watchable.
I know, had a decent one, and if the players can keep that mentality up, I would appreciate it, because you could see that they were playing for something. And just to go back to that point of Atazwan, I can't lie and say I'm convinced about his philosophy. He's had a full season now, but that game I cannot put it on Atazwan. Definitely I can't, because he put the right team, and they set up the chances, and Chiefs, they had the better chances compared to Pirates. I can say that. It's just that when it came to converting them, it was not the one.
And also your boy came through. For me, when he came in, man,
I disagree as well.
I saw him.
I disagree as well.
Also, people are saying Utim played a very great game.
I disagree as well.
Yeah, fine. Then it's not even an assist. They created a goal, that one-time pass.
No matter.
It was very good.
Tim for me had a timid game. He wasn't. He wasn't brilliant.
We watched the whole game. And if you watch the whole game, you could see that
Tim is questionable. Which game did you watch? Because you can't see which players. How do you see? Actually, I've always asked this question.
It's your position in the stadium.
Yeah, but like,
don't stand behind the goal. You're not gonna see the whole game.
You must be on the side so that you see the whole. You see the whole game.
On top, you're gonna see the whole game.
Because also on the television.
No, but like, remember, some players are usually out of possession. You can't see them.
You see everything there. There you see.
You guys sit.
So when you're at the stadium, technically you have to see everything. But there are some places where you're sitting there.
You don't see enough to see Lomji, unless if you know.
Actually, I will argue that if you're watching the TV, it's more focused on one place.
Yeah, because
and then
you don't get the view.
And it's someone actually said they must do it like they do it in rugby. So one of the technical coaches or the technical staff, they must sit up there so that they can see the game as we see it. Because if you're sitting at the bench, you are seeing the game as the player. So you can't be critical. You don't see anything, everything.
Only the coach were offside. You see those the players when they're always doing an offside training. Only that coach must sit at the top to see who's breaking the line. The offside trap. But yeah, man. Overall, your thoughts on the game, man?
No, it was a good game, man. I think I wouldn't say the better team won, but a team was supposed to win, or a team. But yeah, a good game. I think Pirates, they showed character. I mean, that thing of Chiefs celebrating. I'm a Chiefs supporter. I think it was disrespectful. They needed to show it, because if Chiefs had won, they were definitely going to say, yes, that is why we were celebrating, because we knew we were going to win, even though that's not the case. So congratulations to Orlando Pirates, man. And I think also the last time I was here on the last pod, I did say that Pirates is a better coached team, and I still maintain that. They have won them 10-8, and on that journey they beat Sundowns, and now they are in the final of another cup, and they've beat Chiefs. And I think they will win it. They will win the Nedbank Cup, and 2 cups, and number 2 on the log, going to Africa. I think it's a good season for Pirates, man. Congratulations to them.
Thank you.
What do you have to say, Mr. Yours truly? You were there as well.
I wasn't.
He's in denial.
No, I wasn't. You denied.
He's in denial.
Hey.
No. Really, It's like
the Nedbank Cup
it's
final
the
at
same thing
FNB.
It's the same thing as the previous 2 derbies in the league. Okay, maybe not so much. In that game, it's not good the better team won. It's just that they took their chances and they scored. I was frustrated with the second goal. Because in the stadium, I saw maybe I'm not seeing the full picture, but I saw the goalkeeper could have done better. But when I saw the highlights, I was convinced there was a good time, man. What's happening? I thought it's gonna be a goal kick or something. But
that Pirates header, the winning goal. If it was Saili, we would have went to penalties.
It wasn't even gonna be a header. It's gonna be a goal kick.
There was this other one that he defended. I mean. That is why I'm saying I cannot blame Zwane for that game. I can't blame Zwane for that game.
Yeah, and I'm for that game.
I cannot.
No, but like also there's certain things like that happen in like not here in South Africa. Football is just vibes, man. That thing is not a profession. Because explain to me how a professional footballer, I can't
misses
like
the ball
like
stronger left foot.
Like that thing is unheard of.
8 yards.
And he's new, bought in January. New from the box.
It's 21.
No, but let's move on from this. What do you have to say before we move on?
Now for me, people have been asking me why I brought 3 oranges on the side.
Oh, you have 3 oranges?
Yeah, you see 1, 2, and then 3.
Oh, yeah?
For me, it's for the 3 teams that are remaining in the Champions League.
Oh, yeah?
Because from what we saw, boy, it's simple, this thing. like if you ask me how many teams are left, boy.
Yeah, it's definitely 3 now.
Aye. Gents, what happened?
The Milan derby. Let's start there. It was very underwhelming.
This is the worst.
Let's start. Do you want to start there?
Yeah, let's start.
Because it's going to be a first one.
Okay. Well, it's a
Good one.
So what do you think about that semi-final at the San Siro, Milan derby?
I saw who Rafael. That team is really a one-man team. Rafael is very important to that team.
No, but you know what I also saw. But I always say this about Italian football, and you saw it on the field. It felt like we were watching. Have you watched one of those Man United versus Liverpool games for retired players?
Oh yeah, exhibition match,
like a charity match. Like it felt like we were watching a charity match.
But if there was one player who would make that match interesting for you,
Rafael, yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's an old age home. You like it's.
Come on, we're watching.
When you look at the team sheets as well, let's be honest.
We're watching Edin Dzeko scoring a goal. We've seen that thing.
Did you see how he launched that shot? Like they say, yes, it has that technique, but it was slow.
It was too slow, man.
It was like
Even that
it's in slow motion.
Even that AC Milan defender, he's backing into the striker and he's shorter than him, and
he's falling at the same time.
And he's the captain. When I watched that game, it was even the commentator said that second goal. He said in that defense you could have put a pass through it, because that space, man, I've never seen. I've never seen.
They call him a skipper. A skipper. Oh man, I felt like that's 5 skipper vibes.
No, but man, I think it was the poorest semi-final I've seen, man. Yeah.
Flat, and Rafael was watching, but what do you think you would have energy? Now I felt like it just missed energy.
I think that guy, I don't know his name, was playing in Rafael's position.
Salamancas.
But there wasn't. Was it Messiah's? No, Messiah's came in late.
Yeah, it was Salamancas. But the difference, according to me, what I saw. Maybe it was not going to make that much of a difference, but Cheru had not Cheru. Edin Dzeko had Lautaro Martinez running beyond him. If Milan had Rafael, then Cheru was going to do the same role. So instead of holding up the ball, you you play it for the runner behind you, who is Rafael Leao. That's how they always play.
And that game it was supposed to be.
But it wasn't there.
But also,
Diaz or something.
Diaz.
It was supposed to be it wasn't a great game for
No, it was for me. It was a typical Italian football where now we expect teams to go toe to toe when in there. Because let's be honest, the Milan derby in itself, if it's the league, it's like that.
Do you think if Chelsea was in that route, Milan, where we're gonna be in the summer?
I think you would have been in the final.
No, I also think so. That is also why I'm frustrated.
I think you wouldn't have made it because you know why? At the point where you were, those 2 games back, you weren't gonna make it because that tally of goals, the 3 goals they scored last week was probably the best number of goals they've scored, the most they've scored this season in a game. There might have been more, but in the run you were struggling to even put the ball behind the net. Like you were never gonna make it.
A club brag or something,
But
you're not gonna win.
But also, one thing I will say now, I think Champions League is the Champions League for a reason.
Yeah.
I think if you haven't won that thing, it's shaky. Like every team that I've come and seen and they haven't won that thing or they don't have experience of at least winning it, they struggle, man. Their history is not on this. They must call it the history league.
What do you have to say
It's
about
a great segment. I mean, what I wanted to say in this podcast was one thing. Gents, Vinicius is a future Ballon d'Or win.
it's overdue now.
It's not overdue. But maybe let's finish this. Are we done with Milan?
Okay. Now on the Milan one, I just want to say that maybe if I think what we were robbed of Victor Osimhen, because if Osimhen was fit for the first leg against Inter Milan, was it Inter that they played? They played AC Milan actually on the semi-final, and you can see AC Milan are very poor, man. If Osimhen was there in the first leg of for both legs, when we're going to see Napoli in the semi-final, but because he was only there on the second leg and he played and he scored a goal. And it was not even that fit. But they are very poor, man.
Stages, we have like 5-0 aggregates against them. We beat them 2-0, 3-0.
Their best player is their left back.
No, I disagree. It's Rafael Leao.
No, I am saying yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Their best player.
Man. Well, yesterday I think it was Tonali.
Yeah, it was Tonali, but I'm saying in general.
Those days also expose certain players, because that's what guys, I'm big on character. You need to show up. Like, I was busy looking at Theo. Yes, he had a good game, but the team had a shitty game.
I think he had a poor game for his standard.
For his standard.
He had a poor game.
No, but like, it's like do something. Every time he got the ball, I'm like, do something. But I see there's nothing he can do. Like, all he can do is hold up, play, try.
No, I'm saying he had a poor game specifically. Who was he faced against? If it was maybe a Rhys James or something, because I understood there when he didn't have a poor game, but I had a lot to deal with.
But I know his
that guy, AC Milan. I don't know him. I saw it's good. Maybe
he was marking Dumfries, and he was from the get-go. I think he committed a foul 2 minutes into the play.
Yeah,
and
he was. Dumfries is not Guti. He's world class.
It's just decent.
Damn.
I don't think he's even decent. Dumfries.
Nah, but
I don't rate him. As a player, shame.
No, that's a 10 Hag signing, man. So hold your horses.
And also, man.
But interesting. Okay, wait. Interesting. Romelu Lukaku, Damian. Who is this other one? Henrik Mkhitaryan. They are on the verge of going to the Champions League final. I'm talking about specific United players.
Football,
everything. That is very interesting, man. So
man, and also Arsenal as well. Former Arsenal player, Mkhitaryan, prime Mkhitaryan. I'm telling you, Mkhitaryan was doing the thing.
So, Saka, if you're listening, if you ever want to win, you know what to do.
Yeah, just leave
Go to the
United.
blue side of London.
Or blue side of Italy.
Hey, man. And both of them are former Mkhitaryan and Dzeko are both former Roma players as well. So it's a show, man.
I know.
Marahi, gents. Now, Vinny boy. But
Yeah.
for me, Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne. Guys, I'm saying this now.
Say it.
Ne? I shut on Kevin De Bruyne after the World Cup.
Yeah.
But hell no, man. Kevin De Bruyne at club level, big games, he does what he needs to do. Let's be honest.
Let me be honest with you. Kevin De Bruyne and big games, he does
what he needs to do.
What he needs to do.
You close down City, whatever you do, he's there.
But the game against Manchester City, I think he had a stinker, to be honest.
Against who?
Against Real Madrid. In the semi-final, the one that we watched.
Last year.
1-1. This one. I think he didn't have a good game. I saw a lot of
But
passes.
I even disagree. Which big game is De Bruyne pulled? I'm not saying it's not a big play. I'm just saying, Guti, that's a big statement.
I've seen him, Arsenal, most recent. Kevin De Bruyne.
Arsenal.
No. You're making it seem like Arsenal is a small team.
No, in the league. You see, in the league. That's why I'm saying I don't want to disagree with you completely. In the league. But when it really matters. So, for example, last season, and it's how ironic because the same player. Last season, Rudiger took him out of the game.
Last season.
Yes. And the same thing happened when in the last game. In the first 10 minutes or 10, 20 minutes, Rudiger gave him a hard tackle and you could see he was limping. And I know what Kevin De Bruyne can do.
Guys, let's be honest. Rudiger is different class.
Yes.
Even Haaland, Rudiger was here.
Okay. Let's stick to Kevin De Bruyne. But now, let's stick to Kevin De Bruyne. I know Kevin De Bruyne. I rate him. But I think that game, there are players that had a better game than him. The only thing that saved him is the goal, but he didn't influence the game.
Let me phrase it like this. Right?
Yeah.
I think he's a wild card. Let me put it like that.
I think he's soft, man.
No, man, he's soft. Yes, obviously, but I think he's a wild card in terms of he gives that different dimension.
Yes.
I don't see anyone in City pulling off those shots that he does.
Okay, that's a technical ability.
It's and I've seen him do it in a lot of big games for me.
That's a
where he takes a shot, he steps up.
That's a technical ability.
Hates that. Unless if Pep gave him a license.
No, I'm just saying that is a technical ability that he has. Same as crossing.
And
in terms of the mentality, I'm questioning it, man.
Correct.
The mentality, when it matters the most, I've seen him turning red. Twice now.
No, but
for me, another thing I'm thinking would see if as you know, Kevin De Bruyne, if he wasn't in City, we have that mentality. Because for the team you are in, it's very important the thing. If you're in a team of fighters, do you think Lampard in another team?
No, but we can't go to that. We had that conversation at Belgium. But when he played for Belgium, I don't want to go back to it because I was like.
And it's the same thing. A Belgium team that needs the character, is it there?
He's not there.
Okay, a City team.
At club level,
wait. Okay, and a City team that has all the talent and all the coaching, and it's still questionable. I question it. I question it.
In midfield, who had a good game first for City, and who was better than De Bruyne? So I think for me, Rodri. Rodri wasn't. Okay. He seemed like a typical CDM for me.
The City for me was Walker.
Yes, number one.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. The midfield in general for me had a terrible game.
Okay, in the midfield, who will you rate in the midfield? First.
Man, I just saw Gundogan do, like there was nothing special about the City team that showed up, except obviously Walker. I think Walker for me stood out.
But I'm specific.
Bernardo was trying.
Wait, I'm specific now. I'm talking about the midfield. Out of three people, who had a better game? I'm not saying who had a better game?
De Bruyne. Maybe
Okay, because of the goal, yeah. I'll say I rate Rodri.
I think if De Bruyne didn't score a goal, it was going to be Rodri.
Rodri, I think.
If there's a goal in the question, it will like
because Rodri was influencing the game in terms of the tackling. At some point, they even wanted him to get a yellow card because he was disrupting the Madrid play and he had the passes and also had the shot. So with De Bruyne, man, I know he got the man of the match, but it's questionable, man. It's questionable. Even for Manchester City.
Guys, I saw him. Like the drives he was making. Obviously, the other thing is, you guys don't rate him, might not rate him because the connection with Haaland is what he's been doing and he's been tasked with, right? But when you have a situation where and I said this, Madrid just need 2 center backs. I was telling you that are gonna do the job. And when Militao wasn't there, when Militao wasn't there, I was worried.
Finish our conversation.
No, I was worried, right? I was worried when I saw Militao wasn't there because nobody's Militao and Alaba, right? When I didn't see Militao, I'd forgotten about Rudiger for some reason.
I told you
but and you said Rudiger might be able to, and because of his Chelsea.
But I told you if the Rudiger from Chelsea shows up.
No, I did say.
Yeah, and he did like proper clean job. So that's what I'm saying. Because Kevin De Bruyne, right, couldn't go for those Haaland shots, right, and connecting with Haaland because of Rudiger. It made him look like he had a shit game.
No, not necessarily. He didn't have a shit game. His game was just standard, but for a player.
I'm also saying that's where the entire team was. And maybe that's what you guys are saying.
And also,
when the team is there, he's also like, okay.
So, because, I mean, who else in that Manchester City team was tasked with supplying Haaland?
Gundogan.
Okay, but who does it? And we say, hey, De Bruyne and Haaland connection, and it's only Bournemouth. When it's Real Madrid, you can't. Now, all of a sudden, now you can't cross to him.
But that's why I said he did it with Arsenal.
That's what I'm saying. When it matters, okay. When Arsenal mattered,
Arsenal.
Okay, this game.
Guys, Arsenal is a big team now.
Okay, Arsenal, they've never won a Champions League.
Arsenal.
Okay, I want to run it back now. Football heritage. When I say all, I mean all 11 of the Real Madrid teams, players that were playing against Manchester City have won the Champions League.
Fact.
And all of the Manchester City players that were playing against Real Madrid have never. I think the only one who has not won it with Real Madrid is Rudiger, but he has it because he won it when he marked De Bruyne and they passed through City.
When he dealt with him proper.
So, I mean, let's be honest, gents. Kevin De Bruyne is good, but he's not that guy in terms of the mentality. That's why you still need to leave and go to a Real Madrid, go to a Bayern, go to a.
I think Toni Kroos's spot is there. He can do.
Toni Kroos.
He can replace Toni Kroos.
Nah, they must go for Kimmich.
There's Valverde. There's Bellingham.
You're counting him now.
but let's go to Vini, gents. Yo. Aye, star boy.
Yeah.
Star boy.
Yeah.
Vinicius is too good, gents. I'll say it again.
Vini is what when you first think Rashford is.
Okay, let's not. Okay.
And I remember Shaful or someone saying Vinicius is not the best left winger. He said that, ne? He's not the best left winger or right winger.
No, he said Saka was the best winger.
In general.
Yeah.
Above Vinicius.
Okay, but you can't talk about people who are not playing in Europe.
Like I said also, if that thing is for champions, it's people who've won it or something. Like, I don't think you survive the Champions League if you haven't won it. Or your team hasn't won it.
But let's not divert, man. Vinicius Jr., how good is he, man? Because I think this game against City, that's when I think he competition. But when I watch him in La Liga, he can even dribble to the man sometimes from the winger. And
I think from the Liverpool game as well, when they came back, character boy.
That goal.
Correct.
That goal that is good. He cut inside. Everyone was
like, Hey.
Vinicius Junior.
Kamavinga had a great game as well. For
No,
me,
no.
He's the
You
man of
see
the match.
That combination of Kamavinga and
me,
Modric.
Kamavinga was the man of the
Guys.
The thing with that Real Madrid midfield is not static; they move. So you could see that at some point when Kamavinga was forward, Modric was dropping back to his position. The same thing, Cruz drops back to Kamavinga's position, and Kamavinga.
So was Kamavinga pivoting? Pela, angry English fans,
Kamavinga
English football
was-
fans. Like invented.
Kamavinga wasn't invented in that game. Wasn't like natural left back. Well, he played in the midfield towards the end of the game when they took out. I think they took out.
Yeah, that's when he came into midfield
Yeah.
straight. But like, still, he do. But I think if it.
Because I mean, the first goal, Kamavinga.
Besides Kamavinga, for me, Modric. Like the way he knows the press, and he avoids, like, he's a maestro for me.
Unpressable.
Like, you can't press Modric. You can't. There was a situation where they were on the line, right, on the other side, and then Kamavinga gave him the ball. He flicked it towards Kamavinga's run.
That was the goal.
That was the goal.
That
ne?
was the goal.
That was before the assist for the goal. Ne?
Yeah, that was the goal.
Yo, I was like, I'm afraid Modric is unpressable.
Yeah.
But Benzema, big body. Did he have a shit game?
Yeah, not a shit game, but didn't pull up. But you can't write Real Madrid off, man, or any of their players.
But I think.
I'm writing them off, man.
Who are you writing off?
Madrid. They're not gonna go to.
Why?
Caesar's gonna beat them.
At the Etihad?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Okay, wait. So let's
let's
conclude on the Manchester City. We said we're doing the watch along.
Yeah, we definitely
We're doing the watch along. We're doing the watch along for Man City versus Real Madrid. That's a big one. On the second.
It's a big game. Yeah.
Second leg. Who are you predicting to win? Let's not go score. Let's just say who's going to the final. In your words.
Me?
Yes.
Me, I say Don Carlo is going to the final.
Don Carlo. Why are you saying it's going to the final? City has to, man. City's going to the final.
So, and if they don't this season, and even if they win and go and get beat by Jaco and Mkhitaryan,
But let's move on from there.
I'm telling you.
Premier League.
Goals galore.
Sean Dyche masterclass. He made Brighton hold five. Sean Dyche masterclass, and all those 5 were counter-attacks. Prime Burnley. You see, Burnley has returned as Everton now. If there's a place you don't want to go to, away. It's Merseyside Blue. You don't want to go there. 5. And then Desabi said, we are going to see the real Brighton against Arsenal.
But man, I think maybe let's have a broader conversation, because remember I posted on my Insta and I said it's hard to play a team that's fighting relegation.
Not
and
necessarily.
to stay in the Premier League.
If you are weak, yes.
No, it's hard.
Boy, it's hard.
It's tough. Everyone felt it. Every team can relate for relegation. Right? And I said it's even more painful to be a team that's chasing top 4.
Yeah.
So Brighton showed us, hey, it's tough.
It's tough.
But let's go to the other. Yes.
You want to talk about the prime relegation zone battle between Nottingham Forest
I want to
and
talk about the other team that played a team that's fighting relegation.
the Bubbles
and
flying.
they're also chasing top 4.
The Bubbles flying.
Oh, the team that secured top.
The team that was chasing a quadruple at the beginning.
The team that were title contenders at some point.
The energy drink
the energy drink winners.
The plastic cup winners. And the bounce fly.
Yeah.
Chosen by the special one. The chosen one.
The team that bought the most expensive defender at some point in the Premier League.
Yeah, but Manchester United versus West Ham at the London Stadium. Yo. Yeah, man. I'll give it to you. What you want to say?
Yeah, man. We've run out of excuses, man.
It did say. It did say.
It feels like an excuse as well, saying we've run out of excuses. Because I'm defeated. Man.
Okay, one question, Anthony Martial.
I think he must just get this. But apparently they like him, man. Someone said they just like him.
I remember Anthony Martial's debut was under Van Gaal. So from Van Gaal, how many managers have we had? And since the 2021 season, up until now, Anthony Martial has 8 Premier League goals.
But also, like, you know, a lot of coaches have spoken about other players and what they like about them. I've never heard any coach come out and rightly say, we love Martial, these are the skills he has, his technical abilities, this is what we want to use in our game. But for every other player, right? So we know what they bring to the table.
I know what he brings.
What? Injury. Definitely. Injury. That man, we're just paying his salary while he's chilling.
I also think, I know what he brings, but if you're not available to play the games, whatever you bring is irrelevant. And also, when the games are tough or they need you, he falls into the category of the players who will say they're lazy. Like, he's just lazy, doesn't put enough work. So,
ice cold Martial.
Came from France. Right now, I can say it's 50 minutes down the train. It's 50 minutes down the train.
I think one day someone was just sit with us and say, how much have we actually wasted as a club?
We've wasted every cent because currently our best signings, and I'm saying as of now, are the players that we signed beginning of the season. So everyone else that we've signed before, where are they?
And as people who can't say R properly and call it R, what do you think about David De Era? The era.
Sometimes it's very difficult to defend David De Gea. It's very difficult to defend.
I don't think it's difficult to defend him when he's defended us so many times.
Yeah, but
it shouldn't be difficult.
No, I'm saying
there has to come a point where you have to let go.
Yeah, he makes it difficult.
As that time, but for me, as I'm going from 2 Chiefs, I never wanted to let Kune go, but I think you guys have to find that point. It's time to let go.
I'm a Chiefs and a Man United fan. It's not nice. Last week wasn't.
Let go and let leave.
But at the same time, man, I think David, he just doesn't get it, man. Like I think there's players who just don't understand stakes. Like, he's done this so many times, and at times like these, I don't think he comprehends where he is. For him, so because he saves us, for him he thinks every game is every game. It's like every other game.
No, I disagree, man. Again, I disagree. David De Gea, he has those mistakes. It's just that his mistakes, they have costed us because as a team we've not been good. Because if it's not his era for the goal against West Ham, the score is 0-0. To be honest, it's 0-0. And Alisson last season has had a lot of mistakes, but because the team was pulling up for him, they were fine.
So you agree with me to say because of the many times he's defended us, maybe that's his defense?
No, I'm saying because it's the only defense that we have. So when you
flops,
it's like when you're a defender. When you're a defender, the other team is probably going to get a chance. That's what your mistake caused. When you're a goalkeeper, if you make a mistake, it's a goal. We watched Real Madrid versus Liverpool. You saw what Courtois did in that match. You saw what Alisson did. But because Real Madrid went on and won 5-2. Now we can't say Courtois was terrible. I have seen also Ramsdale in the game against
and keepers do me. But
the thing is, if you are a goalkeeper, if you make a mistake, it's probably going to be a goal. Ramsdale made a mistake when he gave the ball away.
But this is where I don't agree with you. I get you. Yeah? You know where we are as a club.
Where are we? I don't know.
Like I'm saying, as a goalkeeper, right?
Yeah, he's our best.
Remember who is this? You know, Kepa, when he knows the team is going through at the most, for instance, he knows you can't make mistakes when the team is that low.
Kepa makes mistakes every time.
No, I'm saying there's been times where he understands and he makes those saves. De Gea, I'm saying I appreciate all he's done, right?
Yeah.
And him being our last line of defense.
Yes.
I get it, right? But there's been so many times where we are playing from the back, De Gea makes some mistakes. Right?
Yes, I do agree.
And he's not good on the ball, that much we know.
Yes.
But you're a short stopper. Or we say you are a short stop.
He is a short stopper.
And he makes those incredible saves. But routine save.
He makes them as well.
No. Routine saves are difficult for De Gea.
He makes them.
Be honest.
I'm being honest. Otherwise, if he was not making routine saves, then every shot was going to be a goal.
For me, routine saves, he makes questionable decisions. Right? So sometimes I'm like, catch the ball, he punches it.
So yes.
I'm like, why, dog?
Wait. So now you are confusing. Routine saves are routine saves. David De Gea's weakest
decision making.
Okay, I think he's not a ball-playing goalkeeper. Yes, that is weakness. And he can't distribute the ball. Yes, that is his weakness. Also, he cannot command the box.
Stopper. That's all he is.
No, you can't reduce it to a short stopper.
He's a short stopper. For me, he's a short stopper.
Yes, that's definitely his strength. That is his strength, number one strength. But, I mean, okay.
I've never seen him organize our defense.
Okay.
Have you seen him organize our defense?
That's not necessarily so. Have you seen Alisson organizing the defense?
No, some people do command the box and the defense.
I'm saying he cannot claim the ball when he's in the air.
When Maguire goes to England and he plays well, that means Pickford can organize us.
Doesn't mean that.
No. I'm saying De Gea doesn't.
Yes.
But
okay.
He can't.
Okay.
I've never seen him do it.
Okay. Let's then say. Count the best 5 players at United currently.
David.
I'm just saying he's part of our best players. He can't be a problem.
You see, this is where I'm fighting, or we've reduced ourselves to that. We are still back at the point where we can't afford to not have De Gea as part of our best top 5 players.
I mean, as a team, there are always positions where you like to improve, and I agree. The goalkeeper we can get a better goalkeeper, but to say is he the problem restricting us from going to the next phase?
The issue with us at United is we always want to find a scapegoat.
There is an agenda. There's always an agenda. I mean, there is always an agenda against David De Gea. So whatever.
I think there has been.
There has always been there.
No, but like this.
Do you know why?
This way, why?
Because the second the second goalkeeper is English, and it's Dean Henderson, and the English media, they want him to be the number one.
No, but like this is where I don't get it, right? It's De Gea messed up. Let's be honest. And
yes,
it's not the first time.
It's not the first time,
and maybe it's also that thing, or when you play for such a team, you're always vulnerable to make mistakes.
Yes.
Or like you said, every attack that comes in, you have to do something.
Okay.
Because your team is not gonna hold you down.
Okay. This is the last question before we close it. And if yours truly, if De Gea, who do you want to replace De Gea with? Goalkeeper that you like, Raya. Okay. If United had Raya in that game, was United going to win?
No.
Okay.
Done.
That's what it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
What's the United problem now?
The United problem, I think we need that mentality. The mentality that Martinez brings in the team, and Varane. Now, players used to celebrate a throw in. They used to celebrate a block. Now they don't do it, and that's what's missing.
Yeah, there's no.
The spirit is not there. That's what I can see. The spirit is not there. You see, if a team loses or you consider a goal, there is always a point to say this is the person who.
So are you still saying
made a mistake?
Casemiro as a leader?
Casemiro is a leader, yes, but also Casemiro without our back four, preferred back four, it's not the same Casemiro. Shout out to Shaw and Lindelof. They've
held it down.
They've held it down, but they are not. But they are not Casemiro. They are not Martinez and Ferran.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the pairing we're going into the next season.
Going to next season, we must sign that Napoli defender is a 40 million release clause. Kim. Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We wanted Koulibaly. Now you also want Kim.
Koulibaly signed for Chelsea. Yours truly. How is it going there by Koulibaly?
Hey, Prababa, what's it?
Excited, we've run out of time, unfortunately.
No, but like, so last thing in the Premier League, we spoke nonsense about relegation. Are we retracting? Are we going? Are we still keeping it the same way? Because we said Southampton, Leeds, Forest.
Yeah, I think I did say. But I'm still sticking to that.
Okay.
But I think Leicester is going down.
No, it's going to the white. This one's going.
Roger that.
No, I think
it's these teams. I'm not seeing Guti Leeds. It's just that they are there.
Mara, Leicester, I can agree, and I wouldn't be shocked because why did they keep Rodgers for that? Like, you see that loyalty as well to say you can see this thing is a sinking ship, like it's gone, man.
And I was going to involve Everton. I would still like to involve them, but I want to involve them on that point that you're saying. They just kept Lampard for a bit too long. They could have said
they saved it. They kept it till late.
Until late, they could have fired him, but I don't think Dean Smith is going to survive with Leicester. And do you know who else not going to survive for the first time? Big Sam. He's just going to fetch his salary and deep.
Uncle Sam. Man. But yeah, in closing, is there any other thing we're missing?
Arsenal was very impressed with their game against Newcastle.
They bounce back,
Because Newcastle...
Hey, they're singing a new tune about Georgina. Apparently now...
Sounds about...
I've never trashed Jorginho, guys.
I had this pundit, they said...
Ever since that goal of his... No, they just said he wasn't a good fit. Like... There's games where Vela is not a good fit.
If there's a player who fits the system, I think Jorginho fits the Arsenal system very perfectly.
Yeah.
If you're a team who don't have much of the ball, you won't have more than 50% of the ball. Jorginho is not.
You know when I realized, and maybe I've been saying Arsenal is going to win the league, but you know when I realized they actually lost the league, is when Arsenal fans started talking about Man United again. Because I think the rivalry between... So now they're talking shit about us and talking about how we lost to Ham. And realizing they're back.
It's the hope.
They're back. The Gunners of London.
The Gunners. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone who's watching. We like it.
Shout out to the bench warmers. We also... Yeah, man. It's always good. I almost thought we have an AI bench warmer. They were telling us when we made a mistake. They're busy fact checking and spell check.
Mr. Estrel, can you turn on this thing? I think we've been running for a whole time without
the light.
Turn on the lights. Turn on the lights.
Turn on the lights.
Hey, it's the full-time foot. It's the Red Devils and the Jesus followers.
You feel it. But what are we looking forward to next week? So it's the watch along.
Watch along number one, and then obviously the title running, man. Champions League, who's going to the final?
So May is busy. Actually, the next 2 weeks, the watch along for the final games or.
I think the final game the league will be won, but also Barcelona is winning. Is winning the league officially. They've won it since Jan, but yeah. Officially, if you want to tune in, watch
Marcos
Barcelona.
Also winning league titles, left, right, and center.
Nah, man.
Gabi.
Busquets doesn't matter to you in closing.
Busquets. I think let's give him his honor
His
next.
flowers,
His flowers are next. Okay, this is not a flower, but yeah.
Let's. I want to talk about something. Yeah.
You see, that's why we never close on the spot.
No, it's something Max and Umkleng said about Busquets and Guardiola.
Yeah.
Days.
Say it.
They said Guardiola was way better than Busquets.
No, that's not what I said.
In his days.
Yeah, in his
You see,
days.
this is why I don't want to speak
I
about players
said,
we
I
never
said
watched.
Guardiola doesn't even lace Busquets'.
Let's go watch it and then we'll talk about it in the next pod. I'll go watch clips,
We're gonna watch
of,
clips.
of Pep.
Tell me if you see something in those clips.
Joseph,
Free kicks or
Mara, have you seen those legs, Pep? You can see he's a footballer.
Pep was a superstar, man.
Pela Mzanzi, we tried no, but in South Africa, you know, we judge your footballing ability by your brackets. I guess when you walk. Boom, man. Let's close it. Cheers, man.
Vale, I hope you.